I want you to follow me today as I try to bring to you the aspects about EB2 visa. So EB2 visa is a US employment-based immigrant visa for foreign nationals who are highly skilled professionals or have advanced degrees. It is one of the most popular pathways for professionals seeking permanent residency, what you're calling the green card in the United States. So the first thing that you have to know is that EB2 is an employment-based immigrant visa. So you can use it to migrate to US and be able to get your green card. But then as you've seen, also we are being told that it is for highly skilled professionals or people who have advanced degrees such as, let's say, master's, PhD. Now, EB2 visa overview. Category, employment-based immigration. Second preference. Purpose, it allows US employers to sponsor foreign workers who are members of the professions holding an advanced degree or its equivalent, or who possess exceptional abilities in their field. Green card. The EB2 is a path to obtaining a green card and permanent residence in the United States. Eligibility for the EB2 visa. There are two main ways to qualify for the EB2 visa. Advanced degree professionals, you must have a job offer from a US employer in a field requiring an advanced degree, master's or higher, or the equivalent. The job must require professional level of expertise in your field. You must possess an advanced degree or its equivalent, for example, master's degree or higher, a bachelor's degree plus at least 5 years of progressive work experience in the field. Exceptional ability. Apart from that, you are also being told that you must then be able to, you must demonstrate that you have exceptional ability in your field, which can include areas such as science, art, business, education, or athletics. Exceptional ability means a degree of expertise significantly above the ordinary level, and evidence must be provided in the form of accomplishments, recognition, or awards in your field of specialization. So when you talk about exceptionality ability as a profession, then it means you must have gone overboard to do exceptional things, such as you've accomplished a number of achievements in your field of specialization, you've gotten awards in your field of specialization, you have been recognized by being given awards or winning awards in your field of specialization. National Interest Waiver, NIW. If you believe that your work benefits the US to such an extent that it is in the national interest, you may be eligible to waive the job offer requirement through a national interest waiver. The national interest waiver allows you to self-petition, meaning you do not need an employer to sponsor you. The work must benefit the US in a substantial way, such as advancing a major scientific discovery, economic development, or public health initiative for you to go for the national interest waiver. EB2 visa requirement. What are some of the requirements for you to be given the EB2 visa? So the first one is education qualification. Depending on your category, advanced degree, or exceptional ability, you need to provide evidence of your qualification, including degrees, transcripts, and work experience. Job offer. You need a job offer from a US employer unless you are applying under the National Interest Waiver, NIW. So all these are possible. They are requirements for EB2 visa. So, but then under the job offer, you either need a job offer letter from a US employer, or you can do without the job offer letter if you are applying under the NIW, National Interest Waiver. Labor certification. A labor certification typically required unless applying for the National Interest Waiver. So the employer must prove there are no qualified US workers available for the position. Evidence of exceptional ability. For those applying based on exceptional ability, You need to provide evidence of achievement in your field, such as publication, awards, or letters of recommendation from experts in your field for you to be given or for you to apply under what you're calling what? For you to be able to show that you have exceptional ability in your field of specialization. How long does the EB2 visa, duration of the EB2 visa? Processing time. The processing time can vary, but it generally takes several months. It can be a year to a year, depending on whether you are filing through the regular EB2 route or using the national interest waiver. So if you are filing through the regular EB2 route or using the national interest waiver, the time duration may tend to vary. Green card validity. Once approved, an EB2 visa holder receives a green card, which is typically valid for 10 years. After that, it can be renewed. Family members, spouses, and unmarried children under 21 are eligible to apply for derivative green cards. Steps to apply for EB2 visa. Determine eligibility. Ensure you meet the required eligibility first of all before you start applying. So you've got to determine the eligibility. And how do you determine the eligibility? You can talk to an immigrant attorney or a lawyer to go through your papers, your CV, your documentation to ensure whether you meet the eligibility or not. So ensure you meet one of the qualifying criteria, either advanced degree or exceptional ability. Obtain a job offer. Unless applying under the national interest waiver, this will be required unless you are applying the national interest waiver, but then you must have a job offer. That is the second step. The third step, labor certification. It is necessary your employer must apply for and receive labor certification from the Department of Labor. Then submit I-140, immigrant petition for an alien worker. This petition is filed with U.S. Citizenship and Immigration Services by either the employer or by you if applying under the national interest waiver. Then you've got to wait for priority date. The priority date is based on the date USCIS receives your I-140 petition, and it determines when you can apply for a green card. Apply for adjustment of status or consular processing. Adjustment of status, if you are in the US already, you can apply for a green card once your priority date is current. Consular processing, if you are outside the US, you will need to go through consular processing at a US embassy or consulate. Types of EB2 visa. Standard EB2 requires a job offer from a US employer and a certificate of labor from the Department of Labor in the US indicating that your employer is employing you since there is nobody available in the US to do your job. Then national interest waiver does not require a job offer or labor certificate if you can demonstrate that your work is in the national interest of the US. Schedule A, Group 1, reserved for specific professionals like physical therapists and nurses, which are considered shortage occupation in the US, does not require labor certification. Physical therapists. Frequently asked questions about EB2 visa. So what are some of the questions that will be asked frequently under this particular type of visa? So, can I apply for an EB2 visa if I only have a bachelor's degree? If you have a bachelor's degree, you can qualify for the EB2 visa if you also have at least 5 years of progressive work experience in your field, which could be considered equivalent to an advanced degree. How long does it take to process an EB2 visa? Processing times vary. For regular processing, it can take 6 to 12 months, while the national interest waiver application may be processed faster. Once approved, it can take several months to a year for your priority date to become current, depending on your country of origin. Can I work while my EB2 application is pending? Yes, you can work in the US if you have a valid work visa such as an H-1B while your EB2 application is being processed. Can I bring my family with me on EB2 visa? Yes, your spouse and unmarried children who are under the age of 21 can apply for derivative green cards and join you in the US. Do I need a job offer for the national interest waiver? No. One of the benefits of the national interest waiver that you do not need a job offer. You can self-petition if your work is in the national interest of the United States of America. Is there a country-specific waiting list for the EB2 visa? Yes, countries with high demand, such as India and China, often have longer waiting periods due to annual green card caps. How can I demonstrate exceptional ability? You will need to provide evidence such as letters of recommendation, publications, awards, and other accomplishments that show your expertise in your field is significantly above the normal. So important note, beware of potential delays, especially if you are from a country with high demand for EB2 visa like India and China. Then also consider consulting with an immigration attorney to ensure you are following the proper procedure, especially if you are applying for the national interest waiver, as it can be a complex process. So remember to keep updated, research, do a lot of reading before you go for the application of the EB2 visa. Also consult with an immigrant attorney. On our channel, as we continue to bring you this particular information, give us that subscription button, hit it, subscribe, like, share, and let's continue to do this. Thank you so much.